Well, I have to say I wasn't expecting this. I post political shit all the time, and my views have not changed much over time. Um, and I throw it into my videos, etc. But today I put up something about, how basically I see that, the recent administration, the last 6 weeks, whatever, has been on this horrible, like, attempt to just destroy the United States. Destroying the world structure that we've had in the post-war era, destroying the economy of the country, an economy that was the envy of the world, ripping apart the functional administrative state. These are all largely things that were promised in the election. I'm not denying that. Anyone who voted for Trump and is unhappy was not paying attention. Let's just put it that way. But I don't think I've seen such a reaction of vitriol to my political stance, which again, it hasn't changed. So something's changed outside of that. Now, here's the thing. I got disappeared from Facebook. Nothing to do with views or anything like that. This has to do with stupid policy on Facebook, essentially. They've made it impossible for me to log in after suspicious activity, something which would happen, once every couple months, and I would look and there would be nothing suspicious. I don't know what the hell it was. Maybe they got rid of a post that they didn't think was mine, and I never get to see what made me do it, but I had to put in an email security code. But now they changed that, and I have to do something additional that I don't particularly want to do, but more importantly, I can't do. I'm just not. I could go through a lot of effort to do it, but for the past couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I've been off of Facebook, so I haven't been seeing, what the nature and tendency of these posts and counter posts and everything are. Whatever, I'm suspecting by the reaction I got that there's a hell of a lot more vitriol and a hell of a lot more, partisanship across both sides at this point. Well, blindly I walked into that situation. I'm going to make my videos no matter what, so whatever. But I start thinking about what the hell's going on. And I think what it is that the reaction among those who, were sort of moderate supporters or were not fully MAGA, the reality of the situation is beginning to gel a little bit more, and people are beginning to realize, some are getting buyer's remorse, whatever. I don't know. Like I said, anybody who feels that, maybe you should have paid attention. But for those that don't, I'm trying to figure out what is going on, why the reaction is so much bigger. And, not everyone. There are some people who are MAGA who, they're like, well, I disagree, but whatever, and some of them give their reasons or whatever, that's cool. I enjoy the discourse and whatever. But I've had 2 people who have just unsubscribed, maybe more, I don't know. But I've had 2 who've claimed to have unsubscribed based on my video. And it's like, whoa, okay. I mean, anybody who watches my videos should be pretty much used to the kind of shit that I spew out, whether they agree with it or not. And to have lost a couple, which is of absolutely no importance to me. I don't make money off this shit, and I no longer really care about being relevant or anything. I do it because the camera gives me a way to converse. When I'm sober, even. But I'm trying to figure out a rationale behind it. And I think, one, all of MAGA is becoming much, much more sensitive. And there's divisions being driven within it. But that's forcing them to double down, etc. But I also think that there's a certain level of sunk cost fallacy in this whole thing, which is that, like, yeah, maybe things aren't going great. It's just like this sort of emotional reaction that, like, damn, man, you know, just fucking deal with it. What the hell? You know, for me, I find this whole thing kind of fucking amusing, right? As I posted in a response to someone whose views align more with mine, take heart. I cannot think of a historical situation where an empire, and I would say the United States has been an empire since World War II. An empire had, well, before that really, but not of the same nature. It has been the global powerhouse. Something with so much power has willfully attempted to self-destruct in this sort of way. Like, I'm really trying to think. There are realignments, but you know, those always had to do with factors that are outside. So I like try to bring things up. You know, Elizabeth of Russia. Yeah, but you know, she had a personal relationship with Frederick the Great. She was his aunt, I believe. And there could have been a reasonable alliance there, right? I don't see that with Russia. They already got their big buddy, right? They got China. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know something. Maybe we're going to go invade Europe and you know, take whatever nukes that France has, or maybe we'll let Russia do it. And I can't see how that's good, though. I just can't see anything that would justify. But beyond that, yeah, the level of sensitivity that I'm seeing in these poor MAGAs, and it's astounding. But anyway, I just had to respond on video because I'm just finding this so fucking funny. I did not expect it at all. Again, being kind of in my bubble away from all the online existence anymore, because Facebook was kind of the last place that was left for me to chatter about stuff in general. BGG, where I am still vaguely active, it's sort of you can't get into discussions there. And my own site, you know, ended up failing due to being too free speech, essentially. The free speech drove everyone away, you know, from both, basically from, you know, both sides of the political divide. But yeah, I find it absolutely intriguing to see the psychological reaction of these people as they're watching their own country be destroyed, and when they're told about it, you know, not just disagree. These are people who apparently got something from whatever the fuck my videos are, you know? And the simple fact that I have a different view from theirs, that makes it impossible. I mean, look, I know people who have that kind of view with like, well, I really liked Michael Jackson's music, but I can't stand him, or R. Kelly, or, you know, I guess Diddy now, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I didn't like their music, but if I did, it wouldn't affect my enjoying their artistic capabilities, right? Like, I see those things as separate, but yeah, now, like, simply taking, you know, the stance of I'm not going to say to the left, because honestly, MAGA's not right. It's not conservative. I don't know about right and left, but it's not conservative, okay? It shows absolutely, I did a video on the differences between conservatism and radicalism as being sort of the pairing, and liberalism is to be opposed to reactionism. I think is what I don't remember what I said. Anyway, there's nothing conservative about MAGA. MAGA is a repudiation of everything that this country has stood for the past, I don't know, you know, 140 years or so? I don't know. At least, certainly since the since World War II, but even beyond that, when we start looking at the economic plans, you know, and choices, wow, absolutely, it's not reactionary, it's regressionary. Right? It's not progressive, it's regressive. We're trying to push, it's this attempt to push things back to a nativist, know-nothing type period, but also to the Gilded Age. Like, things that don't even really fit, because the nativists at that time were opposed to the industrialists. Like, there's no way to align everything. You know, it's really meant to serve one or a small group of people who control things. Anyway, the only thing I can think is that somewhere deep inside, they know that this is bad, that this is terrible, but they can't fucking admit it even to themselves. Like, they're so invested in this. And that may be, see, that doesn't explain a Marco Rubio, right? That doesn't explain a Lindsey Graham. I still don't know what hold is on them to push them into this position. But damn, man. It's an interesting case study is all I have to say. Anyway, like I said, I mean, I'm down there playing Raid right now. But as I see the amount of responses come in, I'm just like, holy fuck. Was not expecting this shit. Guess that's what happens when you're out of social media for a while.